Man, oh man, here we go again. And I appreciate y'all for joining me on some second channel action. You're getting to witness the first insulated bed suit up of the season. Woo, temps dropped. It's like 32 out right now. I know some of y'all, it's like sunbathing weather if you're from up north, but down here where last week I was in the sun getting a sunburn because it was 80. 32 feels pretty cold this week. And these babies right here, well, they're high mileage. Boy, I've had them for a long time, but they are perfect. Don't mind my class. This was set up from our one automotive science. It's science about automotive skit. Me and Hot Rod did. We were out here yesterday recording that, having fun. Oh, I really should stretch before I throw legs like that. Real quick, let's stretch. All right, we're good now. We're good for all kinds of things today. Oh, all right. Today, we are gonna do we used to do it quite a bit. This year, I've kind of been doing our build thing, so we've had to go to salvage yard here or there, down to St. Louis, grabbing parts a couple times. This go around, we're going to the D&H Classics. We've been there. It is a decent drive, about an hour one way for me. However, they have quite a bit of internationals, and more specifically Scouts. And as y'all know, last week we did a will it run, or last week or so, will it run on our international Scout. At the end, I kind of came up with the way that worked out with Ian from Big Tire Garage, or some of y'all may know him from like the old Power Nation or Power Block television series, Extreme 4x4, where he's a co-host with Jesse Combs, which is where I knew him from, growing up and watching him. I had reached out to him and just kind of asked him, because I knew he'd built one of those, and I wanted to pick his brain on a couple things. And he was like, hey, I've got a plan for you. And, so we just chit-chatted on the phone, and now me and him, we've got this plan going. And obviously that's going to eventually become content for y'all. So right now, I'm really excited about it. And I went from dreading that project a little bit, wanting to do it because my wife wants it, not really having clear direction in what I want to do, to now we have a game plan, and it has me excited about it, I guess. So right now the plan is to gather. We're gathering parts. And Scouts, well, they're not really the easiest things to come across, guys. If you start looking into them, you'll be like, okay, yeah, this is not going to be fun getting a hold of some of those parts. And that's why I know they have stuff. I've kind of glanced through them, but not having one, I never really paid attention. And in fact, they have another complete one that's currently for sale. Now my wife, she likes nicer things, so she is interested in paint and body, which y'all know I'm not interested in. And we'll go look ours over here in a minute before we leave, because it needs a lot of body. She's a great patina build platform, but as far as build, now it is pretty rust-free-ish compared to a lot of them. But there are also a ton of little dents and dings and humdingers and doohicks and hick-doohies all across the thing. So if you're trying to get it straight for some paint, I think everything besides 2 doors and 2 quarters needs some type of serious attention. So we gotta get ready to do the junkyard crawl. We probably don't want to take lights that are about to die. We're gonna gear up with a couple freshies. Now I do got my one main toolbox, travel one, in the back of the pickup truck already. And also a good time, because I almost disconnected from our trailer the other day, and luckily I didn't. So we'll just go ahead and drag trailer with us. We may buy something, we may not. We may end up pulling some parts, we may not. I don't know, guys. If I know anything, all I do know is that I don't know. Get us some plier assemblies. I've never regretted having an extra pry bar. Take some type of screwdrivers. My set down there has most socket sets we would need. Has basic wrenches. We'll take a ratcheting. Y'all can tell, well, that was a terrible example. I was gonna say, I like to keep stuff that can go. And that'd be more like our sockets. Like we could latch and take these. That's what we used to do, but I've had that kit. She's been pretty good to me, so we're gonna try our luck with her. I do usually like taking this one socket set. The only reason I don't like it is because it ain't got the lid on her no more. So let's just take an adapter. And that old set out there, well, she's got some chrome sockets, and if the chrome don't get you home, then we don't need it. Safety glasses. Oh, Sawzall. Oh yeah, she gonna get buck nasty today. And since I'm the king of snapping blades, we better bring our full inventory here. Boy, I'm gearing up like we're gonna go pull all kinds of parts, ain't I? Can never be too prepared. Rather be over prepared versus under prepared. Boop. Now, some things y'all may not think about I need. Batteries. Being a GoProer. That's what I am. I'm a full-time GoProer. That is true. Being a full-time YouTuber, you gotta have your batteries. You get out there, battery dies, you're done. And our tripod. Other than that, I do use a GoPro 8, which is very outdated. They don't even make them anymore. This little magnetic stand, and it works perfect for me. We're on my last one. When this one breaks, I'm gonna cry. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've used GoPro 10s. I don't like them. I'm the grumpy old man who don't want nothing to change. All right, I'm gonna load up and we'll head that way. We got an hour drive. Woo! Golly, what are y'all doing back there? Had to pull over on the side of the highway. I told y'all it's hard to be a YouTuber without equipment. I'm just humming along here, and I'm like, where the heck's the camera? Yeah, apparently y'all were in the back of the truck. Good place for you. Anyways, I was looking for y'all because I got to thinking, I like these bibs so much, but one of the reasons I like them is TMI, but I run commando, and when you're in these and you got to go, you can just zip the front, zip your britches, and then you're ready, you know, to perform your business. And that's quite convenient. And then some people think I'm weird for going commando, but then I got to thinking about that, and I'm like, you know, how cool are you running that you need an extra layer of thick insulation down there? You know what I mean? And I don't need no extra insulation. Then like women's are different because they get them little silky things, you know, that probably breathe, but not men. We get that old, you know, rugged, whitey-tighty. You could use it as a shop rag material. You bunch it. No, I'm good on that. Yeah, thoughts that go through my head when I'm driving. Someone's like, man, it's hot. I'm like, take your britches off. Well. If it ain't our old friend D&H Classics. And boy, howdy, they've got a plumb yard full. Dang, look at it, the old pale yellow with the olive green in the middle International. That thing's got a cool look. Like the colors on that one. Anyone recognize that big old box truck? Oh yeah, there's a few things we've sold out here still. Let the part hunting begin. Now speaking of parts, I like me a good LS motor. Dang, she got the Kill Switch Deluxe, don't she? But being an old police vehicle, boy, I guarantee you that thing's been driven hard. Hey, holy cow, the trailer house is gone. That's why this is all full. He used to live here. Dylan's been building a place. I forgot he moved. I didn't realize he got the trailer house sold out of here. That's great news, guys, because that just means more room for junk cars, which means more sightseeing for us. Usually here we're used to seeing lots of rust, you know, stuff that's come out of the field. But what do we got going on here? What in the metal flake? Oh, she's shining. She got some green and blue metal flake in there, I see. Whites with the spider caps. Dang, she just needs slammed. Little short wide. I mean, she is RUFF. That's as rough as can be. But she was a small block 400 right there, baby. Oh, sweet blue interior. Man, when this thing was in its prime, being white, trimmed out, short bed with that blue interior, this would have been a gorgeous truck. Got the gun rack, you damn right. Nice little headliner. She was tricked out. Now, I'm going to get all kinds of distracted, but really, I want to find this Scout before we go looking through the Scout parts. I think we're better off looking at the one that he has. Look at the early 60s service bed Fred. Wilson's trucks and pickups. Alfredo in Oklahoma City. She old 3/4 ton with a service bed. Patch up lower fender. Throw in some rockers. Little patch in the door corner. Let's see, baby. This thing's got a good look. Same thing. We need to pull that fender out. This ain't for us. I see the stuff and I can just picture, guys, you're talking about 3-4 days of sheet metal repair on this, blend a little paint, and this thing be ready to be slammed down. Used to have the spotlight up top, and I did spot the roof of the Scout over that way, so we'll make our way that way. Oh, don't drop the cellular device out here. We'll never find it. But since we're here, let's just appreciate the colors on this old rig right here. That is a beautiful color, my friends. I don't know if my old thumb polish did her any justice, but man, that's good looking together. These later model Internationals though, they didn't really do it for me too much. Now that one's pretty good though, just because that color combo. It's funny how the right color on vehicles sometimes can win you over on them, or maybe the right trim package, and then you sprinkle in correct interior or something, and it's just like, man, I usually don't like those. But now look at this old Suburban, and we've seen it before. She got a little rot at the bottom, but she got a pretty good look overall. But look at that big booty bumper. Y'all remember that old thick mama? She is thick. Now I think over here most of these have titles, guys. They're very good about getting titles on vehicles. So these are full projects with titles, I do believe. And it looks like we got a couple Scouts we can look at. This was the one I knew of. Now this one's a little different from ours in the obvious sense that, well, our steering wheel ain't on the passenger side, is it? Man, look how that paint shriveled up. Little dent on there. So the way I'm gonna check this roof is the way I found out ours was bad, which was looking around on the inside, and you see up there across the front, there's daylight coming through there. Ours is like that all the way around. So overall this top is in better shape. One little dent up there. Our hatch is rusted off. This hatch appears to be hanging on. Now on ours, this panel's dented, which this one has a little dent there, a little dent there. Those are dents that could hammer and dolly out. Ours, I want to say, are like KO'd pretty good, especially the other side. This side on ours is just wavy and whammied. This piece is straight. Quarters looking good. Rockers looking good. Bottom of the fender is good. Ours is bad on both sides. And then, well, then you got that. So it ain't a perfect fender, and with how that all is, yeah, it's bad back in there. You can see where whatever hit this creased the metal, and you can see it's kind of rusted over, and we can follow that line. And y'all probably can't tell, but all that metal's pushed up right in there. Our front, whammied, wavy, whammy. Our trim rings and stuff are in great shape. Hood's better than ours. Our hood went back, slammed to ours at some point, so it's all creased. So this hood is much better. Little dent up there with the previous repair. Little damage at the bottom of the fender, and even more there. So again, comparative to what we got now on our other one, door and rockers pretty good. Quarters pretty good. Push button don't work. Oh yes it does. You just got to go 2 knuckles deep before you get it. We're going over this baby with a fine-tooth comb, okay? We're looking for any rots. Any rot? Oh, steering wheel right there. Found that with my head. So this one was an automatic, being a Jeep rig or whatever it was. Looky here, she's got the shifter over on this side. Yeah, the whole setup. So if we were to go with like this one, then that would get changed. I would not keep it right hand drive. Back tubs and floor. Our floor has some rot in it, and the back piece would need replaced. This one all looks pretty good. You can see how this one rusted. Ours ain't that serious, but it does have some rot in it, and that's a whole little insert, so obviously that could come out. Dang, is this one just 2-wheel drive too? I don't even know why International were making these things 2-wheel drive, but they were. Dang, that's a good little fender right there. Door's decent. Back panel is not. Back panel is not. And our tailgate has some rot in it down in there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that tailgate's in much better shape than ours as well. Let's go ahead and get that closed before wind or something takes it. A little humdinger on that corner and a humdinger on this one. Definitely a respectable Scout body. And I mean, a lot of this stuff is just exposed metal. So it's crazy to think, but on like these, guys, we could strip down one of these in a day. I mean, just have it like stripped down. And then stuff's ready to blast and get put in primer, I guess. Like I said, I ain't really a paint body guy. That'll all be kind of new to, which I don't do body work, so I'm gonna just do the work of getting it ready to be blasted and primered, I guess, and then I'll do maybe some rot repair and fender fixes and stuff like that. Maybe have Slick help with some, but then it's gonna have to go to somebody to actually get sanded to be straight and stuff, because I just do not possess that capability, guys. Last time I tried to do something like for real, I was like, ooh, I'll do a good job. No, I did not. When I sprayed primer on it, when I got done, it looked worse than when I started. So, yeah, learned my lesson right there, you know. Dang, look at the old push light. Or is that a smoke detector? May need both in this rig. Who knows? So I definitely think it's a respectable body. The whole dash kind of thing sucks, but like I said, this will probably all strip down so easy that I can't imagine it'd be hard to pull the dash and convert it back to that side. Doing a restoration for a good driver will probably go aftermarket column anyways, because these ones aren't exactly the easiest to get parts for, like blinker switches and non-tilt, blah, blah, blah. So it'd probably be like dash swap, obviously some type of pedal swap. But I was kind of most curious about underneath here, and guys, it's just so wild looking, but that's just like a 30-degree angle on your firewall. So over there you just patch up where that master cylinder and all that stuff used to be, and then over here you move that little heater box and you add something like that back to over here. All these fender wells and the firewall, everything I can see is really respectable metal for old Internationals, and more specifically Scouts. Looks like the battery box had rusted out at some point. We're not surprised. It also appears to have the little 4-banger like we have. But you also got to keep in mind that, you know, we're going to restore it, but we're also doing like resto mod, so it's getting updated chassis and drivetrain and stuff like that. Probably aftermarket AC, so brakes are getting upgraded as well. We're not going to hook up a factory Scout master cylinder to the new chassis and crap like that, so stuff like that has to be modified. We'll get done with that slap. Hopefully I can convince my wife some cool like plaid interior front and back, and we'll have a looker when we get done. Should be on the other side. Their fence over there is more Scout parts. Let's kind of go look at it, see what they got for parts versus like what ours needs. You see, the bad thing about showing y'all that one is someone who's been looking for a solid Scout, and then they're gonna think it's cool because it's you need a little Dodge Dakota convertible. Those were cool. That one's solid and it's right-hand drive, so now after this video goes out, if I don't buy that one, someone else is probably going to. Should be gone. A little sneak attack around the backside here. Oh yeah, you start seeing Internationals, we're in the right area. Woo! Tailgate. Y'all need a custom one? All right, don't even worry about our tailgate. I think we'll just build something like this. She'll be fine. Ooh, I do like that bumper with that square tread pattern. There is what's somewhat left of a seat frame, which we don't have. Quarter sucks, back panel sucks, fender sucks, hood kind of sucks, front sucks, fender really sucks, quarter sucks as well. She was a twin stick Mo Shane. Anyone recognize this Travelall? Oh yeah, that's because it came from me. Let's head back here. Dang, just got good ratchet straps hid in the back or what, guys? Hey, this piece right here on our Travelall came off of this truck. I was watching one of my own videos and seen in the video that it was there. I was like, hey, I've been looking for one of those for my Travelall. So I got a hold of them. Trying not to get too distracted here, but y'all know we got a few different Internationals, so I kind of just like grazing the whole thing. Well, they got their money's worth out of this Travelall, I'd say. They're one of those sweet square tread pattern bumpers. Dang, if that don't make you remember being a kid and going to see your grandma and climbing up those on the front porch. Those make me miss the old house, guys. I do miss the old house. I'm thankful to be able to provide the new place to my girls, and I'm glad they like it. And of course, I like the new shop setup. But like, we even went and seen friends last night, and their house reminds me a lot of my old house. And when we left, I told Ashley, I'm like, I really enjoyed just being in there, like sitting in there, and it just feels cozier. And not that our house don't feel cozy, but if you always grew up in something small, you know what I mean. All right, Scout 2, what it do? She's planning on getting stuck. She's ready to shackle up. Dang, last tagged at 93. I knew you had quite a bit of Scout 2s because we come down here and look for parts when I had that Scout 2 short-lived. Dang, need the 6 lug slot. Found it. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they have. Whoa, ho, ho. Watch out, trees. More of these. And yes, they do. Get the little half cab topper. We don't want half cab. A lot of times it seems like it ends up being me, Mama, and Hot Rod driving around together. So we definitely want to be able to haul 3. And then it's more common for us to have 4. It's very rare all 5 of us are all in one vehicle anymore, just because the older 2 are growing up and got their own things going on and stuff. But if we don't want half cab, I want a full roof. And I'm going to tell y'all, the chances of finding like a good tailgate or these panels good, this one ain't awful. Little ding there and there, that, well, and then all the ones on the corners. Now, this one is in better shape than ours, I think. I just feel like finding some real good parts out here is going to kind of be hard, honestly. They've probably advertised these enough that most people who've already had one and needed parts already come over here and say, give me that. I'll take that. Look, this used to have a good back, and someone took it all. Either that or it's a couch in somebody's damn man cave right now, 1 of the 2. Boy, other than little knickknacks, these things are pretty picked over. Unless like your quarter rusted out right there, then they got a good patch for you. But that ain't the case for us. Roof's buckled in. That's ripped. Our hinge is in decent shape though. Well, she gets shot. Yep. Got some rot right there with the old hornet's nest in there, I can see. This one's rusted out. We'd rather have that other one than this one. And this one don't appear to have any rust around the seam, but someone was real nice and cut a moonroof into it because, you know, why wouldn't you in your old hunting rig? You gotta throw your rifle on that side and pop open the moonroof. You know, let in fresh air because these roofs don't unbolt or nothing. Yep, they're all missing their booties. Man, these things got some wild bumpers going on, don't they? You want to see a wild bumper, try to find you an old International Scout. Look at them. I ain't seen a bumper one under 250 pounds yet. Womp, womp, womp. Oh, someone needed some clearance, so they cut their wheel wells on this one. So say the bottom of that fender's almost usable as a patch, but they hacked that off, so then we'll be, man, giving Jeep feel on the front of this one. That bumper's almost straight enough for a patina build, not straight enough for we want it to be a nice build. And we probably won't find one. Probably end up having to build a bumper or something if I was a betting man, which is okay. Bumpers and for 4-wheel drive especially are about my least damn concern, because you can just weld whatever on there and it's 4-wheel drive, so it looks fine. Y'all seen half the bumpers out here. You got a welder and somebody don't give a damn, and you can put a bumper on a 4-wheel drive. I'll tell you what's discouraging though. These guys come across a lot of Scouts, way more than I can. And the fact that most of these, besides the stuff they've already picked apart, but what they haven't picked apart, everything's just in bad shape. Boy, howdy is it. So then we got to try to find stuff in good shape. Ha! Hey, yo. At least we know where our piece is now if we need to have some to build us a bumper. Well, ain't gonna lie, little disappointing I don't really think I found anything that was on my list. Not disappointed in them. I was just, you know, you're always hopeful to find what you're looking for. There is what's left of a piece of a seat frame in this one. Meh. She's bent. She's missing pieces. We could probably replicate some stuff like that if we had to. Looks like they slid it together and welded it. I don't know if this is factory or not. Just kind of guessing. I'm assuming this would be the bottom, just because where the latches are. But it looks like that would actually be the bottom. So I don't know how these were supposed to latch in here or not. I don't know if that even belonged to this one or if it just came in the back of it. Well, I may holler at him and just make sure they don't have some other ones hid off somewhere that I'm unaware of. See? Never hurts to ask. This one ain't been added over there yet. Looks like someone started body work on it, which is sometimes scary. You don't really know what's back in there. You can see body filler right there. That needs to come out. She does have the good bumper. My wife would probably hate it. Hey, fender's pretty good on this side. Little repair down there, a little right, but rest of it straight, not whammied in. Front piece. I just don't think we're gonna find anyone that's actually pretty stinking straight. This one just looks like it almost needs pulled out or something. Front of the fender's good. Bottom of the fender, extremely Scout and International. It's beat up. Luckily, I know a sheet metal guy, so if we had to have Slick straighten this up, there's a chance he could, but there's creases and stuff. The roof does have less rust than ours, only because it don't have a roof. Hood's in better shape, not creased. Well, no, I was gonna pop that and look. We can look right here. She was also right-hand drive, if y'all have not noticed yet. Also looks fairly rust-free and all this other stuff. Battery box is even in better shape. Door latch is missing. I don't know how you even get a door to fit good on one of these. I ain't seen a good fitting door yet. Uh-oh. We found some rot repair. In this one, we've got diamond plate floors stitched in over rust. That'll deter me real quick. I mean, one little corner ain't too bad. Just sucks, guys. Fixing other people's repairs sometimes is more work than fixing it if it was just left alone. I just don't know how you get a Scout door to fit good. Maybe there's full adjustability on those. There's just a nut plate behind there that allows it to move. She's got the diamond plate floor repair as well. Hell yeah. Well, one hell yeah to the 62 four-door in blue. But I would say more hell yeah to this. This area's always been wooded and trees, guys. That's why they have everything plucked up out in this way. Because they're doing some old wood clearing, making more room for more junk. That's what I am talking about. These guys hustle, hustle, hustle. Always stuff in and out of this place. Chasing cars. Making changes, making moves. And I'm here for it, guys. People who want to push themselves, do better for themselves, do better for their families, grow their business, expand. I am here for it. Doing a little walking and a little digging pays off again. Whew. They are, well, not the greatest shape, but we did find a few more. Roof's KO'd. Back panels KO'd. Back hatch rusted at the top. Yeah, that whole corner's rotten. This corner's starting to rot out too. Tailgate's rotten. Tailgate's whammied. Man, boy, I'm just telling y'all, people buy the International Scouts and use the damn things as punching bags. It's the only thing that makes sense. We almost found a good bottom of a fender. Bottom's good there, but she's tweaked in. Old repair there. Bottom is still tweaked in as well. Hood's rough. Man, Holy, look at that. Whoever used to own this one wore a size 17 boot and was tired of slipping off, I guarantee it. He was like, I'm gonna put a damn foot holster there. Dang, black patina. See, that's the problem with some of those ones that are already got body filler and stuff. You're like, oh, it's straight. Then you have it blasted and you find repairs like this underneath there. And if that's what you come up with, that don't do you no good. We can smack ours out straight and bury it in body filler too. However, I want this thing to last for a long, long time for my wife and our family. So I don't want to be just throwing crap together. Hatch Patrol. Dang, hey Fender. What's up, my friend? Ooh. Decent parts fender right here, guys. That's decent. That's respectable. Better than this fender. What about our hood? I think this hood's all right. Better than ours. At least it ain't creased. Or is it? Boy, it's hard to tell. So we got a good fender, pretty decent hood. Look back on this one on the driver's side, and the bottom of that fender's good as well. In fact, this whole front little nose cone is fairly stinking straight. Best one I've seen so far. So I've got prices, or I'm getting prices, and on some of the stuff, guys, that they try to maybe save me a couple $100, you know, but this is their business. So if y'all think I just get to come out here and get a free-for-all pick service, that ain't the case. And like most businesses that run salvage parts, it generally speaking is a better deal to buy a complete vehicle, because they make their money on parts. So I want to go look over this tub over here, because so far where we're at on parts versus this complete tub over here is around probably a $700 difference. Waiting on price back for that whole little nose piece. Ain't got a price on it quite yet. But the thing is, I can't remember what's all good on this one and what's bad. Fender's usable. Need some rust repair at the bottom, but still usable. Hood is usable. This needs some work, been hit in. And yeah, the fender's whammied. These are definitely workable, depending on what you find underneath the bodywork, and we would get a tailgate out of the deal. So this one's fairly complete, but I'll be honest, I'm looking at it towards parts as well. Ours has less rust in the floor as far as up front. Fixing the floor in the back don't scare me one bit. Hood, fender, back panels, tailgate. We may be best to buy this complete tub, still pull the nose cone we need, the one fender we need, take it all. We use the best of everything we have to put the best body together possible. Then we put together the leftovers into a decent roller. We end up getting $1,000 out of it, and we end up saving our money in the big picture. Right now, we just got to be willing to front some money to get everything. But then in the end, when we throw a couple bolts, hang our rough fenders on this one or whatever, and sell it off to someone, we make some money back. There's ever a day to convince Slick Fitty to come with me, today would have been the day. All right, well, enough looking, enough thinking. I think it's time for some action. I've made up my mind, guys. I came out here with a trailer because if we didn't buy something Scout-wise, I was gonna buy back my old van. And I know some of y'all's gonna be like, oh, that van's way better, but the Scout project for my wife, it's happening. Yeah, that's a done deal. Not right now, but we're gathering. I told you we're gathering. So I think it's gonna be smarter, and we're gonna make more money back buying that grade tub. It's the best price here on a complete one. It's got a good tailgate, one good rear panel, good hood, salvageable driver fender, and then who knows what other little knickknacks we may need from it. Maybe a hinge or something, and boom, that one will have it. Then like I said, we'll get this other good nose cone, good passenger fender, and then from that tub and what we take off of mine, we'll put back on that, put it as a roller, and in the end, I bet we can sell it and get anywhere from $1,000 to maybe up to $1,500 back out of it. Boy, I messed up. I forgot to bring water. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Yep, yep, yep. Dang, sweet Pontiac wagon. Don't make me call Pole Barn Garage. Lay us out a few weapons of choice to get started here. The one time I don't bring the big socket set, I thought we had all the way to 1/2 inch with 3/8 and it stops at 9/16, and we need a lot of 1/2 inch. Thankfully, they got some tools here I just borrowed from Holden. And now all that's left to do is everything. That's what I was worried about. Part stripping and spinning. I got the long reach extendo thing so we could get up in there. There's the spinner booger. And as suspected, that's right, brought plenty of locking pliers. About the damn variety pack, boys. Yum, yum, yum. Be good, Timmy. It's the opposite of what I asked for. Victory! Boy, if you would have told me a year or two ago I'd be pulling parts for a Scout for a 4-wheel drive build that was going to get paint and body, and I'd be excited about it, I would have called y'all crazy. Boy, life's unpredictable. Those top two spun the nut, but the one down there and all that rust, she came free. That's junkyard math. Bingo. Damn, this one's way up there in Nantucket. I don't care if they break, just as long as they get out of there. I do like to use the shortest extension when possible. Like this nice short 18-incher here. You know it's gonna suck. Yeah, it's right down in there. Oh, in fact, I think those hold on our fender, but that don't even hold on our nose. So that's good. You know, I just like to practice. Those are actually up in here with how those have been breaking. Oh, this is gonna go real good. It's good. These ones at the very top are not fun. Sounds like it may be stripped. Had to borrow that guy because I can't get mine up in there. I can't hardly get a ratchet up in there. I mean, I can't get diddly. Ah, that was a battle. Of course, when I turn that off, it come right off. Yes. Well, we kind of learned we need one of these. And sure enough, that's all that's holding that. So you get those on each side and you're good. Tell you what, let's take that. Let's start that. Where for some reason we don't drop this thing and tweak it, since we're paying for it because it's in such decent shape. This tire's turned in a way where it's right in the way, and the drag link steering whatever's broke it in. So we're gonna have to jack. That's weird. She ain't got no ugga dugga going forward. She's in kill mode, reverse. But chugga 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 going forward. Now I know a lot of internationals have left-hand threads on the passenger side. Turns out my impact's just worn out. Hey, now we got some working room. We can even see. Boy, if we're lucky, we'll break every nut. Yeah, we're spinning the nut off each one of them. Hey, Ma, old Puddin's in the junkyard spinning his nuts. That's a bad little dude right there. Going for the long reach up top. The impact socket's having a hard time getting on there. I had found a 12 point in their stuff. Let's It's either spinning or we're stripping it. One of the two. It's its only options. You gotta be kidding me. Absolute last one. That's gonna fight me. I think she's rounded. Guys, I wish I would have kicked the camera on so y'all could have heard that. Look at that bolt. I could not believe that just come out of there. It was rounding, 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 and then it finally caught. And once it got going, she come right out. May come off easier if we take out all the hardware. All right. After further inspection, Holden just agreed that I got the sun-baked edition or possible fire, so discount half off. He didn't agree to that. I'm just trying to get cheaper parts. Y'all charge me more for pulling it myself, huh?
Absolutely.
Same battle on this fender. We got to pull it all because we're actually getting the fender. Don't worry about that missing skin. We didn't need it anyways. We're going to get us a fresh blade and some looby-dooby. And she's nice and free, all except there's one that's kind of loose right about there. Boom. Dang, we should have just done that from the start, from the top. Quonk, 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 quonk. It's all right. We're getting her. Whoa, 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 Betsy. The good thing is down that front and all those supports on the inside, those are the tough ones. I say that as that one's hid back there. Oh yeah, I forgot those can go past 90. Yep. Just don't want that to happen when you're driving. Dang, that one wanted to come out of there. That was about the loosest one so far. Dang, Shepherd in there has a nice seat in there still. Woo, hoo, hoo. That one did not sound happy. What we got going on here? She was yellow, then someone put some gray house paint on her, or primered it with house paint, then went orange. I don't know. No luck on that one. Well, she came out some. Oh boy, I'm sure this will go well. Dang, who picked this rusty fender down here that's been hit before? Old Eagle Eye. Shocker. I think I can feel the nut on the bottom. You want to ever see how tough you are or how much you're really passionate about cars, decide you'll work on the International, specifically old beat up Scout. Is that enough complaining now, or should I throw more?
We're getting close.
Fair. They were talking about how they hate pulling parts off these things because they suck. We gotta be close. Oh, I missed another one on the bottom. Let me complain some more. It's weird. Take out all the hardware and it comes off easier. All right, let's inspect our handiwork here, folks. A little bit of rot, a little tear down there. But that's about it. That lip's fixable. Ours is just plumb KO'd and whammied up there, up here, everywhere. Whew. We're still gonna be money and time ahead, I promise. All right, load it up over there. Ain't gonna lie, this is taking way longer than I planned. It's all right. Progress is progress, dang it. I did chit chat with Holden a little bit. Guilty. They're so busy, I'm so busy, we don't always get the chit chat time. He said since he's here, he don't mind hopping in that loader and moving those cars coming over here and figuring out how to drag this thing out. So that saves us from having to shackle it. Dang, someone need a front end setup from a Dodge or what? Is that Charger setup? I think it'd be some sweet little front suspension. Anyhow, as he starts throwing cars, I'm gonna start cleaning some of the trash out of this thing. Bunch of plastic and fenders we don't need. Dang, we got matching Stillies. Score! Part of our old dash. Plastic glove box from something. Trash, trash. All I see is trash. that's the top of her door. Don't throw that away. Junk Holly carburetor, dust inspection cover, motor mount. So some of this is internet or some of our Scout stuff. Ow! Found that with my knee. No shortage of just trash. Ow! Ow! Oh, second time catching my knee on that. Hey, visor. And I'll be honest, a lot of this stuff for like the engine and crap that's in here, we don't really care about. All this stuff I'm leaving back here. The visors we do, they're respectable. However, when we get all of ours torn apart and this kind of thrown back together with the other leftovers from the other one, we may, or whoever buys it, may care that there's extra 4-banger parts. Let me guess. This baling wire was used for this. I don't care for that exhaust hanging. So let's get the old Sawzall. Maybe we can get that flopped up out of there. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I always feel like somebody's following me in a big old loader. Exhaust removal is actually extra charged towards y'all. Oh boy. Well, wait on the rest of that exhaust. Look, got the old chrome pencil tip across the leaf spring. Holy shackle lift. Look at those behemoths. Yeah. The rest of that'll be all right, as long as we're not binding on the trailer. No, key's in it. I should have just started it. Oh, first drive. She's a steerer. She's a turning machine. Dang, take my picture, put me in a calendar. Junkyard Man of 2026. January through December. Pete Tang. Can't even pose in my undies. I done told y'all earlier I ain't got none. This one runs about as good as our other one does. The things we do for our wives. Build an awesome old Scout. Collaborate with Ian Johnson. I'm only doing this for my wife. Out of pure love. It's the only explanation. Just a damn old international man. Yep. She's strapped, hood strapped, passenger door, no, driver door. Think about it. Driver door wired shut. Got some straps on her hood in the back. Picked up a couple rusty quarters for Slick that he's borrowing to make some patterns off of or something or another. And guys, so that's getting ready to go down. See the time change. What time is it? What time is it, folks? 4:07. As the sun goes down on my side of town. Woo, I get to go drive into the sun to burn my eyeballs. Special delivery. I got them quarters for you, buddy. Yeah. Well, looks like most of it stayed on. Dang, it's getting chilly again. Sun's going down. It'll be freezing. Boy, it's getting dark. I was really hoping to get home where I could maybe get Mama out there to look at some of the parts I gathered for her today. I sent her some pictures. She said, "Are you bringing home another one?" I said, "Yep, cheaper than buying all the separate parts. And we'll get to put one back together and sell it and make some money in the end." She's like, "Oh, okay." She don't care. She believes me. She believes in me. She was saying, you know what I mean, like, she likes the Broncos and stuff, like the trendy Broncos, and I told y'all about that, but we were saying she was saying the other day, like, it's gonna be cool that a lot of women do have Broncos, talking about newer ones. And she's like, but I'm gonna be like, I've got a Scout that my husband actually built, and she thinks that's cool. So that made me happy. That make you feel good. I was hoping we'd get home where I could show her, but one is, like I said, it's kind of dark. It'd be bright enough, but it's getting cold, and I almost promise y'all I ain't gonna get her out in that cold to look at old car parts. She'll take my word for it. I showed her 3 different wheels this morning. I said, which one do you like? She said, they all look the same. None of them look the same. So it's cool. She liked them all. She said, you pick. And I'm like, all right, we're building a Scout for me now. She ain't gonna believe it when she sees it on air ride. Just playing. All right, well, we're back, guys. Got our new parts rig where it can hang out with all of its other international friends. Y'all would think I like internationals or something. Theo! Hey, come here. Guys, look how pink it is out here. It is crazy. You're a pink dog. The gravel's pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 internationals just over here. Yeah, I don't even claim to be an international man. Anyways, guys, that is it. I know some people don't like that we have to go on Junkyard Crawl sometime. They cry, oh, boo, 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 but I don't know where else you think I'm gonna pull Scout parts out of. We got to get out there and find them. So that's part of car building, is tracking down the stuff sometimes. And for us, I think we were in the right place at the right time this go around, because that and those other parts ones had not been listed. I didn't even know about those. I was just going off the, let's go check out the other one. And then lo and behold, we found some other stuff we didn't even know existed. And it worked out good for us. We got all kinds of good stuff out there. So that is it, guys. If you have international Scout parts that you think I may need, or maybe a complete one that's in good shape that I'm not opposed, we'll probably fix that one. I don't know. You know, I was just thinking about that what if people are like, hey, I got a top, or I got this, or I got that, or maybe someone has just a really good one, period. I'm interested in parts. I'm trying to get the best body together. That way it's not costing me an arm and a leg, both arms and legs, because I know it's going to cost an arm and a leg to put something through paint and body and get it painted. I do want it nice. She wants it shiny, so it needs gloss. So we don't want it all wavy, and I cannot body work. We'll see. We'll just see what we get into. We got plenty to go before it really has to go to paint and body prison. So anyhow, guys, that is it. Thank y'all so much for being here. PutInsFabShop.com for that good quality merchandise. I think by now we just released our Christmas shirts, long sleeves. If y'all want to get some of that merchandise, that is a great way to support me and my family. It's a great way to support a Scout habit so I can build one for my wife. And I am so excited about it. And it's because she's also excited about it. And yeah, anyways, great way to support this project, the merch. So we thank you. Theo says thank you, because he gets all the doggy stuff from that money too. Hey, we're on the Instagrammer, on the Facebooker, Patreon, and we will see you in the next one, guys. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish a project. Ooh, what you're wearing right there, buddy, that's what I'm picturing on seat inserts in a Scout. You know that? And it, oh, take that sweater off, them dogs. You come take it off, Theo. Theo will fight you for his sweaters. He loves them. Dogs don't need those. Yeah, well, you didn't need that Monster Energy drink, but you drank it, didn't you? Okay. See y'all on the next one. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!